Capricorn Aquarius. We are going to check out your mid-September energies, see what's happening. We're going to start off with an oracle card. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the deck, and you guys have number 16. Okay. So I feel you are maybe running away from something. Or you were. Maybe starting on your own, something like maybe moving out from the parents or becoming more independent anyways. Doing things on your own account and not really I just feel like you aren't really worrying. So it still feels a little bit like running away from something. But you're definitely carefree. You're trying to prove that all is well for you. So it feels like somebody needs this proof, or you feel like somebody needs this validation. So let's check out what the tarot has to say. Okay, so you have the Ace of Pentacles. So it could be that you are running away from a job, if that's the case, because it feels like a new job may be coming. It feels like it's offered to you almost rather than you trying to find it. Otherwise, you're running away from something that you know isn't super practical for something more practical. A new fresh start. So it still feels like you're not sure though. You're unsure of making this decision. So maybe you haven't really left yet, even though it's in your thoughts. And now you have the Tower cards, so definitely something is going to happen where you really have no control over it. And maybe it forces you to take this new job or something like that, or this new practical start. Although I feel like this new practical start could lead to the Tower. So maybe it's that you decide to take on a second job and it may interfere with your first job. Otherwise, you have to hit rock bottom before you take this offer. Something like that. So now you have the Five of Swords. Oops. Poor guy. Knocked you down a couple times now. Move these over. all the cards. So this Tower moment is going to leave some people feeling left behind or left out, and one person is going to gain. And so now I'm worried that if you were to invest in something at this point, you could end up losing it. And it's because maybe insider trading, or somebody's got more information than the general public maybe. So be careful of investing in some stuff. That doesn't mean don't, but I guess it would mean make sure you do your research. But that could be any investment, right? So if you want to invest your time in and energy into a new relationship or something like that, there could be something that happens where you feel left behind or left out, and it could involve money. Tower and the Five of Swords together isn't a really good scenario, so just make sure you do your research and make sure you're not wasting your time or energy or money, or sorry, yeah, or money or love on something that may not work. And now you have the Prince of Swords here. This is definitely somebody getting some kind of victory over, I feel like, a bunch of other people. Because in this card it's so hard to see, but in behind is a whole crowd of people. So because it's the Prince of Swords, did I say Knight of Swords? Same thing, I guess. It's just weird that I would say the wrong word. Alright, so I guess it's not weird. Prince of Swords in this deck definitely feels to me like somebody who's victorious over others. But gaining in a negative way. It definitely feels like the Five of Swords person and the Prince of Swords person are probably the same. So let's check the underlying energy and see what's going on. You've got the Princess of Cups. That's the underlying energy. So whatever you're putting energy into, you're putting emotions into it, which in a business sense can be a bad thing. So be careful of that. But if it's obviously a love interest thing, then you are putting time and energy and emotion into this. But you are wondering if it's all it's cracked up to be, or... But I do feel you're like overly smitten if that's the case. So you could get taken by, like, if say you meet someone and when within the first couple weeks they're talking about investing some kind of money into something, they could end up just taking your money and going. Like, and then it feels like too, if you were possibly leaving a job or something, that's really emotional for you too. But it almost feels like then you may leave the job because of this, maybe a boss or something that's definitely gaining off others. Like they're stealing all the tips, or they're taking all the ideas and claiming them as their own, or something along those lines. So that's not a very good energy. So we're going to check out hopefully what you can do with the cloud deck to either change or improve or deal at least with the situation. Alright. Okay, so the first card is the float. Alright, so that being right on the Ace of Pentacles is telling me that you want to increase your money. You want to gain here. Just a second. You definitely want a better income, or you want to increase your funds, or you want to make a good investment. I'm just worried because one of the things I was noticing was all the clouds here, and then underneath the pentacle there's the clouds here, and now there's clouds here. It's almost like it's a foggy thing, or you can't see all of the information, or but the float normally for me means money, but it can also mean like rising above. You have the ability to basically take a bigger perspective, like literally imagine the whole picture or something like that, which is a good thing. So if you can't do that or haven't done that, that's what you need to do. So it's not like you can't, because you can. But that may help you avoid this tower. Although it's pretty hard to avoid the tower scenario. So you may have already invested and it's coming crashing down or something like that. Now you have the dark. So that isn't a super positive card for me. It definitely feels like there are things that are hidden in the background. People are playing some games. They're doing some manipulating. They may be working late at night, or, you know, when other people aren't around. Whatever they're doing, it's covert. Okay, so let's take a look at the shot. So The shot to me is like taking the risk or trying it or doing. Like jumping in feet first and just going with the flow and doing it. And but that's not what I feel from the reading, so the shot is an interesting card for me. I guess it would be something like if you were leaving a job, it's because of this boss or something. So just take the shot, take this new opportunity that was offered to you. Maybe it was offered to you like a couple of months ago. And you didn't take it at the time, but now you better take it, I guess, if you need to. So let's check out the underlying energy and see. You've got the little. So the little is generally about making things small. So I feel like with the Princess of Cups here too, let's see if we can just move it over. So with the Princess of Cups and the little, I feel like you need to make little of the emotion at this time. Don't let emotions overtake the situation. Again, step back or take a bigger perspective and if it's business, it's just business. It's not emotions, even though it can be highly emotional. So I'm kind of get a feeling of mercy here too. So I guess you maybe need to have some compassion. I'm not sure. It's have some compassion, but don't go overboard. Just a little bit of compassion is a strange feeling, but it's kind of what I'm getting. Alright, I better let you go for now. Take care until October, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.